Bro, is like we've been so fucking programmed. We like flavor. Okay, let's bring it down to Doki Do, bro. Let's bring it down to the ancient samurai who walked alone, and he literally was, and he wrote this a week before he died, and I guarantee you, he probably knew he was gonna die. And he wrote this, and he says, "Do not pursue the taste of good food." And what he means by this is, it doesn't mean that you don't eat good food that's good for you and that tastes good. Like, you can eat good food that's good for you that tastes good. He's saying don't eat toxic ass food that only tastes good. Okay? That only tastes good. Like, don't lust with your taste buds. Like, don't just be like, I fucking want to eat this because I want to eat this. It's like a form of gluttony, a form of lust, and like it's like, so that's a form of self-control, and that's literally one of the nine fruits of the spirit. So if anybody has read the Bible at all, and you know what I'm talking about, then here's a mirror. So spaghetti, not good, bro. Like pasta, not good, bro. I would say the best grain that you would consume. See, I'm carb cycling, keto, paleo, vegan. So I still eat carbs from time to time, and I still eat grains from time to time. But I haven't had a fry in over 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I haven't had bread in over 2 or 3 weeks. I haven't had pasta, and I can literally tell you, I significantly feel the difference. I'm completely sober. I've stopped all drug use, drinking, nicotine, all this, and I can significantly tell the difference. It's like I'm like experimenting on myself, and I can definitely see how I'm proving myself right, how I'm building trust with myself. That's really what it is, and I'm using integrity. Like, I don't necessarily always see, and then I always talk about what discipline is. Discipline is doing things that you don't necessarily want to do, but you know that you should be doing. So I don't like to take cold showers. I don't like to wake up at 4 a.m. I don't like to do X, Y, Z. I don't like to, you think I like eating salads every day? What, you think I like working out 3 times a day? You think I like taking, you think I like just eating fucking nuts and seeds and salads and smoothies? No, like, of course I would like to eat a fucking steak and all this type of shit. Of course I would like to eat, like, all, like, I would, of course. People are like, well, why don't you? Well, because it's like you have to understand that, like, there's a reason why the majority of the people are doing it. You have to look at the majority and do the opposite. Look at the majority and do the opposite. Look at the majority and do the opposite. And your life will be amazing. Yeah, John Rose, I'll check him out. Yeah, I can really care less about some of these, bro. What diet am I on? I'm carb cycling, keto, paleo, vegan. So the grain that I would say to eat is rice. Rice is the least genetically modified. The least genetically modified. And oats is another good follow-up. But make sure that you're getting not like the instant fucking oats. But those are the two least genetically modified ones. Oat milk is literally the most sustainable alternative milk on the planet. Oat milk. And then to follow, I think it's cashew, and then it's almond. It might also be rice milk too. I gotta check out that one. You seem a little programmed with protein obsession. I can give a fuck about protein obsession. Look, if you, like, that's the thing about harshness. Like, I'm only speaking to people who are on a certain level. For me, I can only speak to, if I'm going to speak to all 13 of you, I have to dumb down myself. I'm sorry. I do, to help, to understand, to help other people understand, to awaken people. Now, if you really want to talk about it, breath creates protein. Breathing in and of itself. I mean, I'm eventually going to be breatharian, where there's no food, no water coming in. It's because food is an illusion. Water is an illusion, but people don't want to hear this. That's what I was saying, is like, there's a reason why these foods are drugs, bro. They're fucking drugs. They're fucking drugs. Like, and the number one drug that we've always been addicted to is food. And then, like, what is soda? What is soda? It's just pure fucking sugar. And sugar is a drug. It literally is a neurotoxin. Neuro meaning brain and toxin meaning toxic. So it's literally toxifying your brain. It's diluting your brain. It's polluting your brain. If it pollutes your brain, that means it's polluting your consciousness, your intentions, your attention, your imagination, your creativity. And why are there fucking like Starbucks on every corner, McDonald's, Taco Bell's, Wendy's? Like, why are these all on every corner? And it's because they're convenient. When they're convenience stores, if there were smoothie bars on every corner and you can drive through the smoothie bar, I guarantee the whole world would be significantly different. But it's just because people are gluttonous. People want to do what they want to do. And the thing is freedom is not always about freely living how you want to live. Freely living how you think you like, oh, I want to do this. So like what? So like if you want to do everything, then pretty much you would drink every night. So this would explain your night. So you drank last night and you partied with a bunch of friends, did a bunch of drugs, you smoked a lot of weed, smoked a lot of everything. You just did everything, okay? Like, you just lived your fucking life. You had a bunch of friends over, all this type of stuff, and you have work in the morning. You stayed out till 2, you have work at 7, or you have work at 9. Either way, it's still it's in the AM. And you have work, and the whole thing about this is that because remember, you could do whatever you want. You could do whatever you want in this hypothetical thing. You decide to call in, you're like, well, I'm just not going to call in, or I'm just going to call in because I don't want to go. I'm just going to lay in bed, And then you're like, well, I don't want to lift because, like, I would get sore and I don't want to be sore. So, like, it's like if you give a fucking mouse a cookie, that shit can just go fucking on. Build some fucking discipline and stop being a fucking pussy. And I'm not saying being a pussy as in being a woman. I'm saying as being a pussified human. Okay? Somebody who is fucking like pussified, like babyfied, like fucking like a fucking wimp. Like, grow some fucking nuts. Grow fucking pussy. Like, fucking be strong. And I'm, like, I'll be direct with you. There is no spoon. I'll be direct with you. Like, for real. Best diet is frugivore. Just watch Freely. Facts, bro. Facts. I literally was talking about that. Like, she eats like 30 fucking bananas a day, and she's fitter than everybody. And it's like, yeah, Freely the banana girl. And people don't want to hear that because they don't want to hear that. But like, if we all did this, if we all grew fruit trees everywhere, if we all grew, gardens, the world would not be genetically modified. And then now there's genetically modified humans because there's enough genetic modification that's going on in the nutrition that they can control you through the DNA synapses of ones and zeros in the coding, and the RNA and the DNA, and the the AT and C and G, or the AT and C and U, which is the RNA. The RNA is a single strand, the DNA is a double strand, the double strand is the Solomonic lineage, the RNA is an incomplete strand, and so we have to turn our RNA and transmute our RNA into DNA. And this is stemming from light. But they're trying to turn more of your DNA into fucking RNA. They're trying to turn your double strands into single strands by feeding you toxic, genetically modified food and sodas and fucking bullshit. And sometimes it makes me not sleep. It makes me, like I said, I was going to be gone 40 minutes ago. And it just makes me not sleep because I just want to help people, because it's such a fucking program, bro. There's so much programming going on, and you don't just wake up yourself, wake up your friends, wake up your fucking family, wake up your fucking kids, like, and start being aware that, like, there's a reason these corporations they're trying to cause corpses. They're trying to cause corporations, okay? Like, you have to understand that you're a corporation. And what I mean by this is when you say, I mind my own business. Why do you say I mind my own business? Because you are a business. You are a corporation to these people. You are money to these people. You are worth something to these people. That means that you are worthy. If you are releasing your seed, if you're fucking still nutting to fucking porn, ultimately, like, I'm just gonna spit it fucking real, okay? If you don't like it, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Like I said, if you still eat meat, eggs and fish. Eggs and fish. I'll say it 50 times. Eggs and fish. Eggs and fish. Okay, so like I hope that fucking gives you enough. The other shit, just fucking get rid of it. Like, there's a reason why they continuously make it, over make it, and then you have to get cage free and range free and free range and all this type of stuff. And then also with fish, you have to make sure that it's wild caught. So like, those are the two things. And people are like, why are you yelling? Well, stop being a fucking idiot. Like, fucking wake up and like listen to me. Cause, you know, like, what, you think I just studied this for 11 years? So, you know. It's not about protein. The breath literally can create protein. If you understand how to bring prana into the body via breatharianism, so that means like you would get into the fasting and the breathing, and then that would actually transform the cells. You have to go through autophagy and apoptosis enough times, and you have to build enough prana within your pranic engine to be able to do that. There's levels to it, so it's going to take some years to become breatharian. It's taken me 5 so far, and I'm breatharian 3. So, you know, I'm not always about getting bigger, but I've just gained muscle. Like, for me, it's less about like, I don't have to be bigger, but I know that I've literally added muscle and weight to my body, which is good, to be powerful. No. See, and that's totally, you guys can do you guys live your life, but no, y'all, that's complacency. I'll just spit it how I spit it. Because when you're like, you know what, we'll talk about everything in moderation. Well, Taco Bell is not fucking good. It's like, you do everything in moderation and in balance that's good for you. That's good for you. So that means like, yeah, you lift 3 times a week. You lift 4 times a week. You don't lift 7 times a week or 14 times a week, twice a day. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that you placate yourself and become complacent and lazy in the fucking way that you eat your food. That's not real food. It's not real food. It's drugs. It's facts. And yeah, you're absolutely right. Bread converts to sugar, and that includes tortillas, it includes chips, it includes fucking, you know, like so many different things, pastas. I'm literally going to meet one. I'm going to meet a person that literally